Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review for the AVCOO TENS muscle stimulator. So this is actually a really awesome TENS unit. I wanted to go through, I'll kind of share a little bit about what this actually entails in terms of if you're new to TENS. I'll go through the manual a little bit. We'll talk about what this came with, and then I'm actually going to demo, kind of give you a demo of the unit itself. So first off, I want to explain, if you're considering getting one of these, you've never had a TENS unit before, this is probably one of the most interesting ways to actually solve pain in the body that I've seen before. The concept behind this is that this unit will actually send signals to your brain that basically says, hey, stop having pain there. If you're maybe someone that's been experiencing like consistent pain somewhere, I know in my case, I do spend a lot of time at the desk, ends up, in my case, having a lot of back pain, and sometimes that back pain will stay there for literally weeks on end. And if you decide to go use something like this TENS unit, I actually did a little demo of this one right before recording this video, and I've been having some shoulder pain that's been lasting a while. Now, I have another TENS unit that I've used that's basically a manual version. There's no digital output, and that one's just kind of old, it's dated, it works, but it really wasn't something that I found myself utilizing as often as I wanted. So something like this is a really good solution. So I'll kind of go through, share how this works. So you have a few different things with this. Basically, you've got your power button here on the right, and I'm actually going to turn this on. It actually just powered down on me, so let's see if we can get it to come back up. I'm either holding it too long or... There we go. So I just had to get it to power up. So basically, once this is on, you have 6 different modes that you can switch between, and it kind of gives you graphics for each of them. And then you have 2 charts that you could use for the different settings that you're going to have. You have basically a chart here for A, a chart for B, and this is the intensity of whatever you've plugged it into. So inside the box, you have 4 different connectors that you can use to connect this. So each of these has 2 sides to it. So this is what one of them looks like. On the top here, you can see you can plug this in, you can plug this in actually up to 4 times. So you could be running this all over multiple spots of your body. If you want to have one on your low back, one on your upper back, maybe some on your legs, you could actually in theory be doing that all at once at the same time. So the way this works is you're going to take each of these ends, you've got a blue and a white, so it's easy to keep them separated. You have all these pads, which the pads have basically like a film that you stick them to, and this is the sticky surface. You have a tab here at the top, so it's easy to peel this off your back or off the tab, and you're going to connect each end of the same type. So here I'm going to connect this end, and then this would be the other side. And the idea is that you're going to put these separated on your body, either somewhat close or somewhat separated. So a good example would be like on the 2 parts of your low back or the 2 parts of your upper back, anywhere that you're dealing with pain. And then you can go between all the different modes here. So right now I'm actually on this middle mode, which is kind of like, it looks like a armpit or sort of like low shoulder region. And then you have all of these numbers that you can actually go through, and each of these will rotate the resistance that it's actually doing. So if I want to increase my intensity, I basically just hit the plus or minus. This is now going to increase the intensity on these units on your back wherever you have it placed. I usually like to be in about the middle section here to actually get the full intensity, and then you can rotate through each of these separate modes, and most of them, all it really does is kind of either it's going to be a consistent pulse, or you're going to have kind of a pulse with a stop and a pause, and then it's going to start up again. So you can switch between all these different modes by hitting the M button, and then basically you can go to the next mode by continuing. So this one's obviously for your legs and calf, and then they have some recovery ones as well. Pretty straightforward, so it's really easy to use. You can also set a timer here with the T button, so you can set timers. Inside here they do give you very detailed instructions, some use cases. So here's examples of places you could put the actual units. It does come with a nice little carrying bag, which I think is nice. And then you have all sorts of different pads of different sizes depending on what you're doing, right? So something like this might be better on your legs, whereas these smaller ones might be better on your back. So you have a bunch of these with the cables included. It also does come with a USB cable, which you can charge in the bottom port. So I think for a TENS unit, this works extremely well. I really like the interface, very easy to read. You can also lock the screen if for any reason you need to do that. and I like that they have all the various modes, and again, being all digital, this is a really high-end unit. So again, very happy with this. It works very effectively. I just used this to get rid of some again, some upper back, like shoulder pain that I was having here for the last week, and it worked extremely well. So if you're considering something like this, definitely check out a TENS unit, and I think this one you'd be very happy with. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video review.